news networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show.
So I really enjoyed seeing you be confident in your perspective. And I think that you have a lot to say, especially when I saw a lot about social issues and politics. And I will be honest, like I'm not as well versed as I probably should be. But I really appreciated being able to learn from your content. I think a lot of people and also have a different perspective. So I think a lot of people, it's kind of like an echo chamber. They like what
Right.
they like hearing, what they like hearing. And so I'm very much a person where I love seeing both sides. I love getting different perspectives. I love getting different opinions. So I really enjoyed being able to learn things from you.
Yeah, man.
That's hot shit right there, man.
So what we gonna do?
We want you to be an activist. And don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Pulley.
Which one's the pill that puts you back to sleep?
The blue pill.
That's the one I took. Because I was red pilling for a minute.
Well, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, man.
Because I mean, before long, I mean, hey, you take the blue pill. That's up to you. But I mean, you hang out around here for too long, you're gonna end up with a purple. You're gonna end up with the purple pill and probably right back around to the red pill. So,
because I'm red pill all day long, bro. If you gave me that option, I'm like, what you even offer me the blue pill for? Shove that up your booty hole.
No, bro, no.
But I get it though, and that's what was sweet about the last Matrix, because they played with the idea of, why somebody would want to take the blue pill. You know what I'm saying? And Neo he was struggling with it.
It's a metaphor for something way bigger, and I'm
I mean, my perception of it was more so that, it's so hard to deal with, life with everybody around you that is so close-minded, or that like they can't, imagine the all of the different facets of what the potentialities of this world, because you're in a matrix that and they only see that one way of life. That's just like, I just might as well be with everybody else.
I'm telling you, man, it's really frustrating. That's why the special people commit suicide. A lot of them do, and it's because they just can't deal with life because everybody is so uncreative.
Yeah. Like, I mean, all of the powers, all the will and stuff that he had, he pretty much, didn't have those powers anymore. Like the woman that, I guess was with him back in those days had to revitalize him and bring him back to, like, nah, this is who we are. This is where we belong. And,
like, this is reality right here. Like, we God. We could do whatever we want to.
Yeah.
Period. And the Matrix is just trying to tell you that you're not, that you're a slave, that you have to submit, and and then they also tell you that that's better. It's too hard to go about life and making your own decisions and making your own way, being creative. Just chill out, take the blue pill. We got you. Order your shit off Amazon.
The red pill will flush you. It's almost like you're alone, bro. It's like, okay, no one's gonna fucking once you get the red pill, you start putting on the glasses and you start seeing shit that no one else does, and the synchronicities and just how everything's just you see some shit, and then it's like no one else is seeing that in your family and shit. It's like, man, give me the blue pill, like already. You know, they say there's no turning back, but
well, see, that's the attachments.
There is through hypnotism.
Yeah, my bad, but that's the attachments that the matrix provides to keep you from, you know, saying, okay, regardless of what everybody else is doing, like this is what I'm able to see, and then, you know, it's those things that try to bring you back in, because, like, you know, just like the majority of my family, they don't see the world the same way I do, and, you know, I'm kind of, you know, I'm not really a black sheep, because everybody's, you know, the way my family is, everybody loves me, and, you know, I can be crazy and they still love me. But even though, like, I see the world totally different than they do, you know, I feel alone a lot of times. They know there's really nobody to really have that true conversation with. That, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, like that reaffirming or confirming conversations.
It's almost like it's just like crazy. It's a lot to handle. It's overwhelming, and you're lonely, and it's just like, where the fuck? Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, but but see, the thing is that I think I've had a moment where I've slipped back into the blue pill for a moment, but I realize that the red side is really where I belong, or at least somewhat, like right now, being in the middle, the purple, because, you know, trying to have the balance in between those two worlds is really where I'm at right now. Because
that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
That's definitely something to think about, because Neo was moving back and forth between the two worlds, and he had to be able to be normal in the real world and normal in the Matrix.
Yeah. Or high performing in the Matrix, like, you know, like you can go back and be normal, you know, I guess you could say in the Matrix, but outside, or I don't really know how to explain that, because it's all the same place, but it's the mindset. So being able to shift from those two mindsets within the same world is where it's kind of, you know, can be blurry for some people.
Because you're in a simulation and it seems like a real world, but you're aware that it's not.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, but still, we're all in the same place, but based on your mindset and your perceptions, the way you allow yourself to deal with the world is what you're really balancing. Because it is the place that they're in and the place you're in is not a different place. It's just that your realities and the things that your abilities to see is what makes it a different experience.
It's a weird feedback.
I'm not fully all the way red.
He's driving now.
What is it, Thriller? Do you have like the show on or something? Like,
I'm driving.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know.
No, you're hearing road noise.
I'm pulling into the crib right now.
Yeah, you're just hearing road noise. That's all.
Okay.
Yo, but the whole Matrix idea is like, it's not like.
That lady is brilliant, bro. Like, just, I mean, because, you know, I'm sure there's other people that's had that thought, but to really be able to put it into words, like into, like to put it into a movie format, to put it into a screenplay or a screen, you know, like you know, to have screen written this whole idea, because what's the other movie that plays right into what's that?
Terminator.
Yeah. So having those ideas and then they're playing simultaneously, like these two worlds that are pretty much, they're identical but different. Maybe
they should have let her do it. It would have been so much better.
This last one you're talking about?
In any of them, she wasn't really involved in none of them. They just basically took her work.
True.
And She should have been involved. Like, you know how like Stephen King, whenever he writes something, and sometimes you have people that adapt his novels into a movie, but the ones that he's not involved in aren't as nearly as good as the ones he is, because he's there to be able to say, okay, wait, this is not right. Yeah,
give it constructive criticism or the creative analysis, like just being able to give her her mindset on what she saw when she was going through that part of the. Like, I think it would have been like 10 times better if she was able to be a part of it.
Yeah, because she would have been able to be like, okay, wait, y'all going off track right here.
Yeah, this is the mindset we need to roll with for this, because this is what's going to really expand the view for everybody.
It's so crazy. It's kind of like, you know, that guy who made Avatar. He wrote that a long ass time ago, but they couldn't make the movie because they didn't have the ability to do it.
Yeah, that I ain't gonna lie, I love that movie, bro.
That shit is genius. He was so far ahead of his time. They couldn't even make the movie for like 10 years.
Yeah, the technology just wasn't there.
I do have a blunt wrap. Thank God.
The what?
He's praying to the gods because he found a blunt wrap.
Amen.
Amen.
Emotep. What's up, Deuce? How you feel?
Oh man, shit, I'm good, bro. I'm good. How y'all doing?
The big dog is in the building.
Shit, trying to get there. What's up with it? Yeah, we striving to get there, man.
Oh yeah, it don't end.
Yeah. So, Deuce, what do you think? We was talking about.
It's the pursuit. It's the pursuit.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's the journey.
Yeah.
And that's what people have to embrace the journey. It don't matter. We all on a journey. Just embrace the journey. I was gonna say, what about
it'd be wonderful though if it wasn't a mind fuck and you were just and you knew everyone was out to help you and not out to fucking get you.
But are they out to help you? Especially if you're in the freaking matrix. The agent can slip in and out of any program that's plugged into its.
Yeah, this is so fucked up. It's like, dude, are you real or are you fucking? Are you real or not?
That's what's scary. And we was talking about accepting the blue pill. That's what's so scary, because then everybody around you. And I was talking about how in this generation,
but can you truly call it help if they're, because nothing is free. You know what I'm saying? So
no, well,
is it never truly help?
But going back to what Chaka was just talking about a few minutes ago was about paying attention, because I mean, it doesn't have to be cash. I mean, you're still paying, like you're still giving that energy, that transfer of energy. So yeah, nothing is free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so what was I saying? The Matrix, choosing the blue pill, because everybody, like you just feel like, you know, you're so sad and depressed. You can't reach anybody. You're like you're alone. You know what I'm saying?
It's depressing.
Yeah,
and
even watching like everybody behave, it's like, you know, I used to be like that, but now I can't even be like that. It's like taking all the fun away.
That's the thing, though. Once you see the light, bro, it ain't no going back. It ain't no going back. That's what they said about the Matrix. Once you know what they say in the Matrix is say, make sure you know, because once you take this red pill, you can't go back.
No, not without some serious like hypnosis or mind fucking surgery.
Hey, I heard. I don't know if this is really on the lines of what y'all are talking about because I just kind of came in, but I was listening to Will Smith, right? And he was, he was talking and he was saying that like people always say like he's the best actor and this and that, and he's like, I'm not the best actor. It's just my work ethic. I have a stupid, crazy work ethic. And he was just saying like one of the things that help him in life and help him in his career is he chooses not to live in reality because to live in reality is to live a mediocre life.
And I heard him on that interview, and he's talking about how like he wants to be the best at everything. And that's one thing about Will Smith though, like he's not a great actor, bro. Like I've always said that. Like he's not like a really great actor, and he's not a great rapper either. Like,
but
you know,
see,
Welcome to Miami.
but see the thing about it is all right with his consistency
that's what I was gonna say.
and his audience being of a blue mindset, like him being red, and most of his audience, whether because I mean he can be appreciated by red people as well, but I mean they can see through it, they can read that okay, yeah, he's just he's more over the top with his action than
His
his
ethic,
substance.
his work ethic, he grinds. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's the thing nobody can fucking argue with. Like Will Smith goes in, and that's what he says. He says like if he's on a treadmill, he says against somebody on the treadmill, he said, "I don't give a damn. I'm gonna die. If I'm gonna win, I'm gonna go longer on the treadmill, or I'm gonna die."
yeah, like, but that's also I guess you can say his competitive spirit because you know if he's in the gym and even if he's with his trainer is gonna stop before he will because he's just like, no, you're not gonna show me up. Ain't nobody in this building is gonna, spend more time doing this, or that or whatever it is that he's chosen that he's not gonna, that he's gonna, be relentless on. You know what I'm saying? So
And that's what he's talking about in there. And I think that if we all think because a lot of people like to think that where I used to work, one of the guys who's a popular rapper, like a really big name, I'm not gonna say the name, he used to work there at that restaurant, and people were like, oh my god, like the guy used to work here. And it's like I don't understand why that's like amazing to y'all, because everybody was a regular person before they was famous or whatever. Like these are still regular people. Like they really haven't changed. Now you just know their name. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get how people think they're different.
They've been anointed.
Yeah, but that's I don't and it's so anybody can be whatever. If you willing to put in the grind for it, that's you could be successful if that's what I'm trying to say, but people think that it's like, okay, this person was born like Biggie Smalls, right? Like people say he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. But a lot of people don't know how freaking educated he was. Like he was super intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And he also he took the time to master his craft. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. He went hard.
What level of intelligence are we talking about? Because I mean, I guess I give some pushback that I mean just because that he, somebody might say I'm intelligent. I'm really not. But just because I can have have certain conversations because I'm informed in so many ways, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm truly like intelligent.
Intelligence is so relevant because some people feel like Jordan Peterson is a fucking idiot, and I've been seeing more and more videos. So, but it is what it is. Intelligence is perspective. People think that animals don't have intelligence, but I don't agree with that. I think they all do. I think all sentient life has intelligence. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. So it's completely relative. So I agree with you on that. So, but what I'm saying about Biggie is that he was really, really smart. Like exceptionally smart. Like this guy, you know, was really, 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 really smart, basically. And so, but it was him studying, you know what I'm saying, to get there. You know, that's how it happened. You know what I mean? That's my point. They say Biggie is the greatest rapper of all time. He put in grind. He put in the grind at his craft.
Yeah, and I think that's subjective to say, because I mean of all time, like
that's just what his name pops up. Eminem. We can say the same thing about Eminem. I feel like Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. I put him at my top 5 all day. I probably have to put him at number 1. Like I can't think about anybody that can beat him.
Well, you can put him in a group of people who fall into that category, but just above all, like I mean, you can never do. I don't think you can do that with any one. That's
beside the point. My point is like Eminem. He went hard. He really focused on his craft. Like they be making fun of him. They say he's a nerd. He stays inside and he just reads encyclopedias all day, because he probably does. His knowledge of the like language is very, very high level.
But to make the comment that somebody is the greatest of all time.
That's beside the point. That's not my point.
Some
people say
you
that.
You made the comment. You made that comment that that's what he was. That's why I have to disagree. No, you can group him along with others, but you won't be able to single him out. And I don't think you can do that with any rapper or any musician, that you can just say that one is greater than every other artist that's, you know, that can be related to them.
Yeah, but I wasn't really saying that. I was saying some people say that, and I was saying that just to make my point.
We're doing etymology right now, so I mean, I got to give you a hard time.
Okay, that's fair. I got on the screen attention deficit disorder, ADD. It says introduced as a diagnosis in the 3rd edition of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 1980. From attention in the power of mental concentration sense, expanded to attention deficit hyperactive disorder, the coexistence of attentional problems and hyperactivity, with each behavior occurring infrequently alone. That's weird that this popped up. And
that was on mine, and I think I'd rather go back to something like that than what I fell onto. So yeah, I think I'm, because that was with the attend, right?
Right. So this one popped up on the list, attention deficit disorder, ADD, and a lot of people, it's crazy. They said it became Diagnostic and Statistical Manual and Mental Disorders in 1980. So it's like they popularized it, and then now everybody says they have ADD, and then they're giving these kids drugs. What's crazy about that is like hyperactive disorder, and they changed the name. So it's like they give them the drugs to slow them down. A lot of these kids are just like smart and creative, and they're just like taking their creativity away from them, drugging it out.
But look, I mean, and it's funny that we mentioned Umar Johnson in the beginning of the show, is because that's like one of my greatest appreciations for him is his him being able to, you know, he was a child psychologist. He is a child psychologist, and a lot of the things that they were doing in schools, and you know, using this as a way to sell more drugs, and especially to a certain demographic, was something that he highlighted. So, that's one of my greatest appreciations for him. Regardless of whatever else he's done, I will continue to give him his flowers for that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because
I gotta say something too.
Go ahead.
It's because I got ADHD and ADD, and the whole idea of meds. If it is dosed right, you know what I mean. It's really hard to become the meds, but once you find yourself again, you use the meds to your advantage while remaining you. But at first, when you're in your youth and you don't know, you become the med. So it's like
it's taking you over. Like,
it takes like mind control. You know?
Exactly. And that's one of the problems with it, because I mean, obviously, it doesn't, we see that it doesn't just affect the black community, or just one's community. And I think that regardless of who it affects, it can be problematic, because either way, we're not, what I'm saying, like the more natural, not to say that we can't have imbalances, but to think that everybody's supposed to fit into a bubble is wrong too. If somebody's being so erratic to where they may hurt themselves or others, yeah, we need to check it. But for those who's just like a little hyper, that moves a little much. I mean, we're talking about boys who's going into, they're having a chemical reaction every day. You know what I'm saying? Like the hormones and this, that, and the other. So it's to say that the way my body's going to work out, it's going to be the same that Chaka's will, or Deuce's will, even Brandon. So I mean, it's like it's a tough matter to just, you can't just say one way or the other. But I think giving medication to kids that
yeah, I didn't take it till I was 19. I'm not for doing anything until like 16, 18. Like giving a child these pills, good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, at
little
least you
bitty
have
kids too.
I know, like these are a lot of times it's elementary kids where we can't, these kids, like we don't know what these kids are yet. You know what I'm saying? And we might be really stealing their future from them by giving them those meds.
It's sad especially when you got your doctor freaking recommending this shit.
Well, that's because these parents, they take the recommendation from the school. I think you should have him tested. He's not paying attention in class, and he's all over the place. And then the parents take him to the psychiatrist or whatever, and then they go in there and they evaluate him, and they're like, yeah, he's a little bit borderline this. We could try him on this drug, and
Deuce,
you know what I'm saying?
Deuce, it gets real, because because you could, first of all, you probably should not, let them do the testing through the school or anyone that they recommend. You have to be a parent and say, no, that's not what I want. And if you feel that, okay, maybe you do want to do it outside and find out whatever it is you can find out outside, so it's not marked as something by the school, because then if it is, now they can be like, oh, well, he's acting up this way and he's not taking his meds. Now you're a bad parent because you're not allowing or making sure that he takes those meds. So it's like it's really systematic. It becomes a systematic thing.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. And then you have those parents that just, they can't handle this hyperactive child.
Well,
and then they take them to go get tested, and then they get them on these medications. Oh, he has ADHD. Oh, he's this or he's that. And a lot of times it's not even that, bro. It could just be that this kid has found this one person that they truly feel comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they get overly excited or hyperactive, or there's one toy that they truly like to play with. It doesn't mean that they're just socially awkward. You know what I'm saying? They just they communicate differently. You know what I'm saying? And you have these parents that it's crazy, bro. I seen it like when being in the system, man, being in foster care. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen them drug these kids up, bro. Like my little foster brothers and stuff like that, man. They used to be on medications that they looked like zombies from the time they got up and ate their breakfast. They would all stand in line, get their medications, and I mean, bro, they would be complete zombies.
Well, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. There's just for anybody that might be listening that's having any issues with that, like spending more time with them, with your kids, and maybe even trying like breathing exercises, like some meditation type things, can actually help them harness their own energy, to be able to focus their energies where they want to or they need to on their own, instead of having something that a medication that pretty much takes all of that will or the ability away. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That, and then a lot of parents don't realize too, man. A lot of it goes back to their diet. You know what I'm saying? Like
it
you can't be
100%.
raising yeah, you can't be raising your kids on Totoni pizzas and Russell Stover's, lasagna every fucking night. You know what I'm saying? And feeding them McDonald's and Jack in the Box and Chick-fil-A every day for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like those foods have all of these different chemicals that they say are preservatives that they don't react well with the natural chemical makeup of the body and the hormones and the chemicals that the body produces on a daily basis. It fights against it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're feeding your child an unhealthy diet, they say, "Oh, mommy, I'm hungry," and you fixing them top ramen noodles and freaking pizza rolls every day. Of course,
Yeah.
this child is gonna be fucked up, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're fighting against their natural chemical makeup in their body. You're causing a different type of explosion in their body that they don't know how to handle and know how to
And,
take.
and that's one thing that I'm seeing is way more visible to me now, especially with some of the stuff I'm dealing with in my own health, is that anything that you put into your stomach is going to affect everything else in your body and all the way through your brain. To have brain health, you have to have a healthy gut, a healthy stomach. So it all plays into that. You know what I'm saying? So um some of the things I'm struggling, that I've struggled with, because of my upbringing, I try to, make sure that my son, doesn't. But of course, I'm not his only parent, so it's sometimes a struggle because they're primarily healthy, but there's still some things that we disagree with, or about, but still in all, you know, he will be better off than me or his mother was as we grew up. But either
Yeah,
way, I think that's very important too. Is the health? I mean the diet.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy, bro. That's just like we didn't have that problem with my daughter, but with my son, we ran into a phase where, and the daycare was calling, and oh, he won't eat any meat, and and you guys should take him. Like, no, we're not taking him to get checked. That's just a natural thing that a child's body go through. Because he doesn't want to eat meat doesn't mean that he needs to be checked out. For one, it's like you're running a childhood development type center, which is the daycare. You should notice that these are sensory deals, that he feels the different texture from normal eating vegetables or eating something like macaroni, and the meat, when he goes to chew it, the texture of it is different, so he doesn't want it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that he's unhealthy. There's other ways of proteins, there's vegetables, there's vitamins, there's things that you can give them. Not, it's not, that's the thing, man. You can't allow these people to tell you to go get your child checked every time your child does something different than what
Yeah,
another child does. You know what I'm
remember
saying?
the main thing is, remember, you are the parent. These people are not the boss of you or your child, and you have to stand up for what's right. It's God ordained you to be their parent, so
Yeah.
you stand up and do what is right for them under your idea of, what I'm saying, like, you don't have to be bossed around by the teacher, the principal, the school, the everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Let me play a segue, y'all, to kind of flip it.
You want to smell my breath? I miss you.